Pra baixo, bicho. Several piggies nearby, hearing his Portuguese wordplay, expressed their appreciation by rubbing their thighs together sharply. It made a hissing noise, and Mandashuva took a little hop in the air in delight at their applause. Rooter, in the meantime, bent over backward until it seemed certain he would fall. Then he flipped off with his hands, did a somersault in the air, and landed on his legs, hopping a few times but not stumbling. "So now you're an acrobat," said Pipo. Rooter swaggered over to him. It was his way of imitating humans. It was all the more effective as ridicule because his flattened, upturned snout looked decidedly porcine. No wonder that off-worlders called them piggies. The earliest visitors to this world had started calling them that in their first reports back in '86, and by the time Lusitania Colony was founded in 1925, the name was indelible. The xenologers scattered among the 100 worlds wrote of them as Lusitanian Aborigines, though Pipo knew perfectly well that this was merely a matter of professional dignity. Except in scholarly papers, xenologers no doubt called them piggies too. As for Pipo, he usually called them pequeninos, and they seemed not to object, for now they called themselves little ones. Still, dignity or not, there was no denying it. At moments like this, Rooter looked like a hog on its hind legs. "Acrobat," Rooter said, trying out the new word. "What I did? You have a word for people who do that? So there are people who do that as their work?" Pipo sighed silently, even as he froze his smile in place. The law strictly forbade him to share information about human society lest it contaminate piggy culture. Yet Rooter played a constant game of squeezing the last drop of implication out of everything Pipo said. This time, though, Pipo had no one to blame but himself, letting out a silly remark that opened unnecessary windows onto human life. Now and then he got so comfortable among the pequeninos that he spoke naturally. Always a danger. I'm not good at this constant game of taking information while trying to give nothing in return. Libo, my close-mouthed son, already he's better at discretion than I am, and he's only been apprenticed to me— how long since he turned 13? 4 months. "I wish I had pads on my legs like yours," said Pipo. "The bark on that tree would rip my skin to shreds. That would cause us all to be ashamed." Rooter held still in the expectant posture that Pipo thought of as their way of showing mild anxiety, or perhaps a nonverbal warning to other pequeninos to be cautious. It might also have been a sign of extreme fear, but as far as Pipo knew, he had never seen a pequenino show extreme fear. In any event, Pipo spoke quickly to calm him. "Don't worry. I'm too old and soft to climb trees like that. I'll leave it to you younglings." And it worked. Rooter's body at once became mobile again. "I like to climb trees. I can see everything." Rooter squatted in front of Pipo and leaned his face in close. "Will you bring the beast that runs over the grass without touching the ground? The others don't believe me when I say I saw such a thing." Another trap. What? Pipo. Xenologer, will you humiliate this individual of the community you're studying? Or will you adhere to the rigid law set up by Starway's Congress to govern this encounter? There were few precedents. The only other intelligent aliens that humankind had encountered were the buggers 3,000 years ago. And at the end of it, the buggers were all dead. This time, Starway's Congress was making sure that if humanity erred, their errors would be in the opposite direction. Minimal information, minimal contact. Rooter recognized Pipo's hesitation, his careful silence. "You never tell us anything," said Rooter. "You watch us and study us, but you never let us past your fence and into your village to watch you and study you." Pipo answered as honestly as he could, but it was more important to be careful than to be honest. "If you learn so little, and we learn so much, why is it that you speak both Stark and Portuguese, while I'm still struggling with your language?"